Hola amigos, welcome to Life for Living Well channel. Please subscribe to keep the channel going. You can also check us out by visiting our website on www.lifeforlivingwell.com. Sit down and enjoy the helpful topic for this week. Hey, welcome back to another episode from Life for Living Well. My name is Richard and I'll be your anchor for the podcast for this week. Before I dive into the topic I have for us this week, I quickly want to say if you'd like to know one or two things about Life for Living Well as a community, you can check it out on our website at www.lifeforlivingwell.com. And let's get started without taking much of our time, as I wanted to make the podcast to be the period between 10 to 20 minutes, and the last one is overrun by 8 minutes to 10 minutes. So let's get started. We have to continue the series that we've been looking to for the last 3 weeks, is to be consistent with it and see how far we can go with it at the same time. So the topic for this week is 10 practical resourceful skills. The skills we look into this week is integrity. The second skill that we look into before the integrity is giving. But this week we only focus on integrity. So let's get started. Let's say one of many dictionary meanings of integrity, and there's a load of it, and coordinate the meaning that may be referenced to many of you that listen to this podcast this week. One way they also dictionary define it is the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. So what do you think about that? Sound good, right? So being known as an integrity individual, it means that you come across, or most of your dealings or all of your dealings is driven by something more deeper, something more stronger, so which is ethical way of thinking. And we see around us when the ethical is broken down, it's not nice to see how adults behave like a child, why people are becoming more calculative, how to export from another. But someone that have integrity, they're very careful and consistent and more responsible with their commitment to any goals or individual. Another way to view integrity is a state of undivided or wholeness without alteration of some sort. So what you say is what you get. So you might say people like this are plain and simple. You could say that, but they are not stupid. So with this individual, you probably know what you get. There's no hiding or malicious intentions behind their actions. People that live by integrity are driven by values, purpose, and principles, which may be derived from many sources. It could be something more to do with their religion. It could be the kind of education or the way they educate themselves, or the culture that they come from. In the world today, it seems ethical living is mixing in our politics, business. Just look around at your place of work. There will be one or two individuals that probably have a shady character, and there will be one or two individuals that they stood up based on the ethical way of they live their life. Gandhi once said to British colonial masters in India, and one of the claims that Gandhi said is he loved their Christian, he loved their Christ, but their Christians are not like their Christ. So Gandhi see contradiction in those who profess to be a missionary of Christians compared to what they are doing to the people, and reading the scripture compared to what scripture wrote down about Christ that he did. So there is so big contradictions that they carry the Bible, they go to church on Sunday, but after Sunday they do totally different things. So Gandhi now comes to conclusion and say, I like your Christ because it's not like your Christian. Whereas Bible want the Christian to be like Christ. And that's going to take a bigger jump because we are individual, not collective. But we also dependent on each other one way or the other. And the only way that is done is when individuals actually do the real work within themselves. And their life is governed by values or principle or ethical living, which is very challenging in the way the world is right now. But there's still millions and a lot of people that they have a high values of integrity, and you should not underestimate it. You might be unfortunate meeting load or few people that lack these values within themselves, and if they don't have it, they can't give you. But how do you know when you meet someone that have integrity? Hopefully by the end of this podcast, you'll be able to put all the puzzle together and it begin to have meaning and image that you would like to recognize within yourself and others. So in the world today, it seems ethical living is mixing. Now politics, business, interpersonal relationships, and relationship with an immediate circle of trust, which is our family, our friends. How can you prevent your integrity in the face of many influences and desire to conform to establish an acceptable trends? This is really tough. This is where people sometimes over-exaggerate what they can do in order for them to get the project or the job. For some people, it is easy to say one thing, but suddenly they do totally different things. Their actions are not in the line with their words. It's not what they say that is more important, it's how and what they do that's even far more important. For someone with integrity, the first thing you notice is their word is in line with their actions. They don't tell you don't eat bread because it's not good to eat bread, but they go behind you and do exactly that. They don't tell you that I will be there for you, and the moment the problem comes, they flip. They don't promise to help you, and then you have disagreement with them, and then they cut you off. They don't. Sometimes your words committed you to do things, and you feel uncomfortable with it, but the high value individual with integrity take their words very serious, and they don't give it out easily. They don't overpromise, they don't underpromise. They will the amount of resources that's going to take them to follow it through. They're reluctant to get themselves involved with other people's drama. They know it. They can smell it before it gets to them. They have a very strong boundary. They have what you call internal locals. They are driven by deep values within them. Their motivation is not based on the job title or the caliber of friend that they have or the material possession that they hold. No, these people are go beyond that. They can have every worldly successful that you can describe that somebody is successful, but these are not define them. It's not define them. So they will attract so many people, but their integrity will keep just small cycle of trust within them. So because these are the people that are vibrating in the same higher level of energy that they are. And you cannot force or change somebody to suddenly doing things the way you like them to do, until their heart, their mind is open, until they embrace the teaching the universe is teaching them, whether through their difficulties or through the other people that come through their life. And they know when to let go. These are the things that you find with someone with integrity. They will not just keep you around for emotional sake or for attachment sake. So even when it's also for them to let you go because you've been really helpful and good to them, they also know letting you go is a door for your own progress, for your own soul. And you will have so many teachers in this world. And those teachers, they will come in different shape or forms, and they will have a different character to them. And this is a reflection of who you are as a person. It would be so selfish. Someone told me that he would like to pluck a flower and take it home. Then I said to her, you don't love the flower. She said, no, I love the flower. I said, no, you don't. You like it. When you like something, you keep it to yourself. You wanted to look into it yourself. But the flower grew up to be loved by more than one person. Every passenger that passed through it, every traveler passed through it, stop, appreciating the beauty of the flower and continuing their journey. And the flower is blessing so many souls, not just one person. But when you like something, that thing consumes you. That's why in the book of Ecclesiastes said that it is a vanity to love a silver. So in silver, in this world right now, you could say money, but don't just like money. Love it. Love what money can do. It can change life. It can contribute to the growth of a community. But when you like something, you obsess about it. You won't afraid to spend it. You won't afraid to. You just keep it. You can't invest it because you worry you will lose it. I have people that have 7-figure salary, but they always complain they don't have. And the more they complain that they don't have, they become more harder for them to have. So, how will you consistently make the right choice despite weighing no challenges? First, why is integrity great and good for overall well-being and growth? So let's look at the 5 points that I stated down. Number 1, you experience positive emotions often, such as contentment, confidence, and peacefulness. You know when you are making a choice, and that choice you are making is coming from higher and better good of everyone, not in a calculated way, you sleep well. You have nothing to be worried or afraid of. But when you always calculating, you think other people are calculating. So you continue to use your brain in a way that favors you. At the end, you throw yourself into more dynamic place. Number 2, you are reliable and dependable. Understand yourself to an extent because you understand others. And this is very important. Everybody seeks other people to understand them, but they have no patience to understand other people. And when you don't see where people are coming from, it is important to understand where you stand yourself. Because you have to deal with people, whether in your family, in your place of work, in your relationship, in your friendship cycle. You have to deal with people. You can be hermit, you can be isolated, so you can take yourself from the environment. You still have to go and you still have to get food to eat. Somebody make that available. You just use your money to buy it. You manage expectations. One of the characteristics of what's causing toxic in people's relationship is the expectation. And one of the 6 rules to a better life that the Buddha recommended is to expect a little from people, from things, and give a lot. But it's other way around to many people. Many people have so much high expectation of others, from their family, from their friends, from their partner. They are assuming that they have to be there for them whenever they need them. When these people now flip the script, they get so disappointed, they get so hurt that they can't really let go or forgive it. So you manage expectations. You quickly understood what kind of character you're dealing with here. Is it the person that say one thing or do another thing? Is it the person that making friends based on zero-sum games? Is it the person that coming to your life thinking what they can get? Whereas you are going there thinking like you're going to create a mutual friendship. But once you understand this, because the way you live your life, you also recognize that not everybody prioritize the virtue like integrity for so many reasons where they are in their life. So, of others, by being assertive and honest with what you can do and will not do. Many people will have a high expectation of you, of your resources, of your time. And if you don't communicate clearly and if you don't have a very clear boundary, it is easy to enmesh yourself in their own expectations and dreams. But it's not going to be easy. Sometimes no will be said often, and people that have integrity say no a lot to a lot of things. Because when they say yes to you, they wanted to know what they are saying no to. So people will come and they will expect them that they should give as much beyond what they can capable to do. They don't just think that you will be angry or upset with them or you not like them. So they just go along, they will say no. So they probably have less circle of friends and they're happy with that. So you are not deterred by consequences. Because it takes confidence to hold the virtues such as integrity. Because you live in a world that is something that is very scarce. It's not common to say. Everybody wants it to be certain thing. But Reno Ritchie said, what do you want to be? Your parent, your friend, your family, your in-law, they just want you to be certain thing. They have that image of what you should be. But what do you want to be? Number 4, you create and encourage a relationship with others. Because you set the boundaries and people know where they stand with you. There is no mismatch. And they come to respect you because you respect them. Respect is not given, you hand it. You have a healthy boundary. You know where you end and where others start. So that's how the 5 things integrity we establish in your relationship with your connection. So these are a few of the strong benefits of being an individual with integrity. Most of the stated benefits above, when it's mixing, it can create so much toxic and drama in our relationships. Have you ever imagined why so many people involve themselves in other people's dramas? So what about how to keep it growing and how to consistently guide your choices for integrity? So you need few things for that to happen. So let's look at it. It is important to know your values and develop principles that guide your path like a light in the darkness. Let's say you do not drink alcohol and you have adopted this way of life. It won't matter if you then find yourself with a group of friends or colleagues that do drink. You are also open to question your values as may come and pass to you by your heritage, culture, parents, religion, and even education. It is important. And it is important because when you begin to actually live life of someone with integrity, you question things. You not just take things on the face values. You not just say, okay, this is how we do it. Why you do it that way? Is it relevant to you right now? Use your critical thinking to say if these values serve you today. Once you have identified your key values, the next is to live it daily and embrace it with an open mind. So we're bringing this to the end by saying even when no one is around, practice it. Practice your values. One of your values may be to seek and try to treat others as you would treat yourself. So often means you have to seek to understand where they are coming from, which is very hard. People pray for wisdom, understanding, and when that opportunity comes, they run. Because it will come through difficult people. It will come through people that are on different level in their life. Because there is two kinds of people I think you will meet. In my opinion, that I've met, maybe there will be third one. People that they are very tedious to deal with, just because of so many things. It could be their head, it could be their mental health, it could be their personality challenges. It just could be the way they are or where they are in their life. And there's another set of people that you meet, people that are pleasant to deal with. So your investment in terms of your time, emotion, energy will be significantly reduced, and the positive emotions that derive from your connection with them will be so high. So you will go through life and meet these people. Sometimes when you pray for wisdom, you might meet a lot of tedious people because it's exposing you to opportunity to develop intolerance, to develop understanding, to develop how you perceive life, world. So what most people do is run away. But that doesn't help you a long time because you meet more and more of these people. So that's another topic for another time. So one of your values may be to seek and try to treat others as you would treat yourself. So often means you have to seek to understand where they are coming from with patience, compassion, and honesty. I'd like to end this article with a great inspirational quote from Bob Marley. So this podcast, I will bring it to end this week as I'm 2 minutes overrun already by quoting from Bob Marley. What does this say about integrity? Simple. The greatness of a man is not in how much wealth he acquires, but in his integrity and his ability to affect those around him positively. So I challenge you to look deep in yourself and let your integrity shine to everything that you have a contact with today. So may your day and your week goes well. Thank you for giving your time and listening here. Have an amazing week, and until we meet again, take care. Ciao. From everyone here, from Life for Living Well, we say hasta luego, amigos. Thank you for your time this week. May your rest of the week be safe and loving. Please subscribe to our channel to keep it going. And you can find more information on our website by visiting www.lifeforlivingwell.com. Goodbye.